What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the Lakers media is still out there discussing things about the Chicago Bulls, and there's an interesting trade on the table, or at least a trade discussion on the table from Fan Duel discussing whether or not the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers can do a deal with each other. And I find it very interesting and also very funny, so let's discuss it in this video. Again, as long as the Lakers media keeps on providing us content, well, I'm going to take it, ladies and gentlemen, as it relates, of course, to the Chicago Bulls. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, and would you do this deal with the Los Angeles Lakers? Again, there's so much to get into here. So, this is the tweet from Fan Duel. I believe this was a couple days old, but let's talk about it. It says, LeBron, AD, Zach LaVine, and Alex Caruso. Should the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers make this move once all of these players are trade eligible? So keep in mind, you have to wait for this trade to become trade eligible, which I believe would be in January, as far as I'm aware. But here is the, I guess, trade package. Who says no? The Lakers would receive the Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso. The Bulls would receive D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Taurean Prince, Jalen Hood, don't even know how to pronounce the last name, I apologize, and the 2029 first round draft pick. Wow. There's so much wrong with that trade, I don't even know where to begin. Let's first start off with the reaction to this trade, in which every single person under the sun that tweeted and reacted to that post said the Bulls would say no. Instantly, in a heartbeat. And exactly how I feel as well. The Bulls would definitely say no to this. First and foremost, what direction are the Bulls going to go down in which they accept this trade? If you're trying to retool, do you really think trading for D'Angelo Russell is the best outcome for the Chicago Bulls when they're giving up their all-NBA first-team defender and their best player in Zach LaVine, or arguably at this point? Now, keep in mind, I know Zach LaVine stuck up the joint against the Milwaukee Bucks, and a lot of people have their emotions play a factor in this, and maybe that's why they'll say yes, trade him. But realistically, Zach LaVine is our best player. Alex Caruso is our best defender. You're expected to give up that for D'Angelo Russell, who would not be the Bulls' best player and definitely not be the Bulls' best defender. Neither will Rui Hachimura or Taurean Prince or the other guy. So what exactly are we doing here? It doesn't help us with a retool. We get worse with that trade. It doesn't help us for a rebuild because we got the 2029 first round pick. Now let's say that pick does become valuable. At the end of the day, we have to wait how long to make that pick effective, and we don't know how the Lakers are going to look, and we don't know how the Bulls are going to look at those times. It just, to me, does not make sense from a rebuilding or a retooling basis in my eyes, and everybody can kind of see that if you are from a Chicago Bulls lens. I think the Lakers media is really putting the attention and the heartstrings on the Lakers fans, trying to think anything's possible. They could get away with any trade imaginable. I don't see this ever happening for the Chicago Bulls. I don't see them accepting this trade for a variety of reasons. I think you could get, again, if we're rebuilding, you could get much more first round picks than what the Lakers are offering in this trade. Simple as that. With all due respect, 2029 first round pick is not enough, and I don't think they have many first round picks to offer the Chicago Bulls. You could get a first round pick for Alex Caruso. You could get at least 3 first round picks for Zach LaVine in my eyes, maybe 2 with a player involved, but you could get much more than what the Lakers are offering. So if the Bulls are rebuilding, this is a terrible trade. This is worse than the Miami trade where we at least got Tyler Hero back in return. This is a horrible trade in that regard. If you're looking for a retooling, D'Angelo Russell will not help the Chicago Bulls team get any better. I apologize. I understand when he's kind of the go-to guy on his own team, he can be an effective player. We saw that in Brooklyn. We saw that, I think, the first time around with the Los Angeles Lakers as well. He can be an effective player when he's the go-to guy. But at the end of the day, being the go-to guy will keep us in the same position. It will still put us in the 10th, 11th, maybe climb our way into the play-in tournament, 8th seed for the Chicago Bulls. We're not going to get any better. We're not going to be a championship side. We're not going to be a contender. We're not going to be any of those things. So why would we do that type of trade? And Alex Caruso would be the massive loss in this case as well, because you are losing your best defender. You're losing the player that's arguably had the best start to the season for the Chicago Bulls, and you don't get much in return for him in my eyes. But also, we'll discuss the other players involved in that. So Zach LaVine, a 22 point per game scorer this season. Probably a little bit lower than that. Actually, no, he dropped 20 points in this game against the Bucks. So around 22 points per game this season for Zach LaVine. But it's a guy that could be a 3-level scorer at his best, gets to the line a lot more these days. Why would you give that up for D'Angelo Russell, who is I guess a scoring point guard, but kind of plays the same way. Still, isolation and hero ball is going to be played with D'Angelo Russell in the team. So instantly, that's a red flag right there. Rui Hachimura is a good player. No denying that. But at the end of the day, Rui Hachimura, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily dramatically change the Chicago Bulls. D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura together, in my eyes, doesn't necessarily dramatically change the Chicago Bulls. So Rui Hachimura could be in a trade deal for maybe a guy like Patrick Williams, or in a trade situation for a guy like, you know, a couple of youngsters. Maybe you could chuck in an Ayo Dosunmu in there or something along those lines, and you put in a Rui Hachimura. Maybe that can work. That might be unfair on the Lakers side of things, but I just don't think that balance is really right to see Alex Caruso leave for Rui Hachimura. Taurean Prince, I think, again, is an okay player, but nothing that's going to be game-breaking for the Chicago Bulls. And I really don't know who Jalen Hood Skyfino is. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't know who he is. I'll be honest. I apologize. Maybe he's the next best thing, but I don't know who he is. So all those players don't make sense in my eyes. This trade doesn't make sense. Fan Duel, I think, really missed what they were trying to do. I get it. They want Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso to come back. There is reported news that the Lakers have a dream scenario to bring Zach and Alex Caruso to the Lakers and all these things. And again, it's the same old media outlets. It's the same old stories every single year, every single month, every single week. I get it. But this is not it. This is not it, in my eyes. You want this to be something that is actually worth considering? Put Austin Reeves in this type of deal. Get rid of a guy like Rui Hachimura or Taurean Prince and put Austin Reeves in that deal. Someone that you actually have trust in. Someone that has proven to be a scorer in this league, even though he's not having the best start to this season. That is something that might be worth really trading a guy like Zach and Alex Caruso for. You chuck in D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, maybe there's a conversation there. But the way that this deal is currently constructed, I'm sorry, I don't see how the Bulls would accept this. They could get much better picks from different teams, and they could also get more in return for what they get here. This is, I guess, this is a trade to keep us where we are. This is a change for the sake of making a change and not actually having any impact on the change. This doesn't affect the Bulls. If we don't do this trade, we'll probably finish 10th in the Eastern Conference. If we do this trade, we'll probably finish 10th in the Eastern Conference. There's no change there for the Chicago Bulls. Simple as that. So we got to see something that actually directs our future. This is not it, in my eyes. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm being too harsh? Would you accept this trade? Do you think there's better out there? I'm not too sure. One thing I do know, or one thing that I think I do know, is that if the Chicago Bulls are make a trade, it's not going to be one that's shared to the media like this, in the way that it is, all these rumors and speculations. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be a mock trade that people come up with randomly. It's going to be something that no one expects in my eyes. It's going to be something that you look at and you might think, hey, that's a bit questionable, but it could work. It's not going to be something that's drawn up by Fan Duel or something that's drawn up by a random place or random people. And again, it's all fun and games at the end of the day. I don't mean to really knock Fan Duel for making this type of trade, I guess, trade package. I just think they missed the mark big time in terms of the trade package, and every Bulls fan might think so. It looks like the vast majority of people that commented think so as well. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.